everyone, welcome to ASE Modding. Today I'm gonna be modding on my cat subclass mod. So it's basically a Cleric of Sharess subclass that is like focused around cats and, you know, fun and party themes and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna continue doing that. And if you're there and you want to say hi, feel free to pass by and chat and say hi. If you have any Baldur's Gate 3 modding related questions, I'm happy to help if I can, and let's just get into it. Alright, so I have my modding tools already open. So what I did so far is not so much. Let me move my camera to the other side actually. And maybe move it a little bit too. That was the wrong direction. What am I doing? Just so I can maybe minimize my camera angle. I'm doing it wrong, guys. Just camera's gonna stay a little bit bigger. Alright, I'm just gonna move it back to the middle. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Alright. Maya's there. Hey Ace, don't have much time in the last weeks, but I promise I will be there for you in some time in the future. I have a lot of things to do in the last couple of weeks. Hey Mayu, good to see you there. Sorry to hear you were so busy, but I'm glad you're passing by quickly. Hope you're gonna be doing fine and not too stressed. Looking forward for when you have more time to pass by the streams again more regularly. Alright, so this is kind of like where I can work on the classes, where I can work on the progressions. So I do need to go to my progressions. And I kind of like set up different progressions, but I didn't fill them out yet, so they don't really give any new skills and such. Maya says it's positive stress. Wedding planning. Ooh, congratulations. That sounds amazing. Glad to hear that. Congrats to you and your partner. Let me see, kind of like get into what I did last. So this basically says, okay, we create for the cleric class, we create the subdomain of the cat domain. And then one is for people that multi-class and one is for people that don't want to multi-class. So I had to like set up both. And then this is basically, let me just mark them for you all in a different color. Nah, that's a bad color. It's hard to see with the orange and the white. Well, it's gonna stay orange now because I would have to change every row itself. So this is basically for the subclasses. Mayu says thanks. Of course, that's a big event in life. Have you guys been together for many years, or? Mayu says, unfortunately, I have to leave again. Unfortunately, I'm getting a call. Just gonna ignore it for now. 6 years together. Oh wow, that's beautiful. I hope you have a really great wedding if I don't catch you before that. Alright. So for my cleric class, I did basically just the first level. So I wanted it to feel like, so the Sharess is basically like the goddess of like the godmother of cats, so to say, or the goddess mother of cats, and also like the domain of like fun and parties and pleasure and stuff like that. So I wanted to make it like a class focused around that. And that's why I also gave it, for example, music proficiency at level 1. And I created a new resource that's called catnip. And I wanted to maybe make it with the catnip that it goes up to like a total of 9 catnip that you get at the end. And it's kind of like inspired from like the 9 lives of cats. So like every few levels you get a little bit more catnip, and maybe the catnip powers some special cat related spells. But I'm not completely sure if I should do that, because if I show you here, oops. If we go to find and then search, for example, for cleric and look at the original cleric progression for the cleric class. Let's see, where is it? Down here is the cleric. So you also get like domain spells, right? And you should also get like another, the channel divinity resource. So we could also use the channel divinity for like the cat like of Sharess related skills, right? Instead, like that could be an option too. And just like leave out the catnip completely, or make the catnip something like, I don't know, something different. So yeah, here you can basically see this is like the cleric class, like the main class that like my subclass is based on. So I have to like consider that. So here you can see basically level 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You get like special things. And then usually down here, for example, you can see some subclasses. For example, the subclass here gets something at level 2, so that like there isn't really a break in level 2. Depending on which subclass you have, you still get things at level 2. But then some of the subclasses like life domain, they don't give you anything special at level 2, but they have like bigger leaps. So I can basically see how I want to design that for my class. I kind of like give quite a few things at level 1, so it might be useful to not give anything at level 2. The domain spells, I wonder. I have to check that out. How that is handled as a passives. How does it work as a passive? Okay, now I have to like open the stats editor, because this is here. This is where the passives are handled. And then I always turn off horizontal scrolling because it's really annoying, and then enable the find, do global search. Now I have to remember what it was called. Domain spells. Because I don't know exactly what domain spells give. So I want to find that passive now in the game files to know what it actually does. Domain spells, passive stat. You gain spells from your domain, they are always prepared. How does it work though? It's highlighted, so it might just be the passive so that the player sees that they get domain spells, but the actual domain spells resource and stuff like that might not even be handled through this, but might just be handled without actively showing through the extra skills that you get in the progressions. So that's at least my thought right now. I'm not an expert on class creation. It's my first subclass that I'm trying to make, so it's a little bit of trial and error for me. But I would guess now domain spells, if we check out a domain, let's say live domain. It says in knowledge domains, it says cleric knowledge domain spells. Here it says cleric life domain spells, so that might be a spell list. But I could see that that is how the game handles this is a progression description. Alright, so this is the right type of spells. So they have a progression description, what the player then actually sees, and they have an actual progression for it. The question is, why can I not see it? Here. Because it just shows it to me in the table, but I want to see it in the spell list. What if I just check for live domain? Progressions, descriptions. Oh, I didn't do this yet. Ability distribution presets. This basically determines which stats the character will naturally get. I should probably do that and adjust that a little bit to fit the cat cleric subclass that I'm making. So this is something I have to keep in mind for later. This is the subclass progression. This is the progression description again. Why can I not see the spells? Cleric live domain spell list. Wonder if this is it. This is the normal cleric spells. This is the live. So is that the always prepared spells of bless and cure wounds? Light domain, burning hands, verifier, target light. Trickery domain, charm person, disguise self. Does seem like it. So that is under spell list. So if I disable the find and I go to my spell lists, not this, lists here, spell lists. I wonder what type of spell could fit well for that, or if I even need it. I'm sorry, guys. This is how my mind works. It's a little bit chaotic. It's not as organized as when I make tutorials. This is the actual raw process of me figuring things out. I wondered, I don't know if it's the case, but I thought of like making it up to level 20. So I wonder how that works. Maybe I can make some more powerful spells and add them or something like that. But at first I need to level like 3 and 5 things. I think that would be useful. So something I wanted to add were these like elemental cats. I think that's would be a cool thing at level 3. That then you can summon with like the catnips and stuff like that. So what I need to do first would be give the player more catnip resources. I think I want to say that they should get 2 catnips at level 1, and then maybe we can give another 1 catnip. at level 3. So I can just copy this and paste it in here. We can also, actually, I think we can give like, how many would this be? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so at some point we could give a little bit more. Maybe at level 5 or 9. I think at level 5 I'm just gonna give 2 catnips as well. So it would get up to a total of 9 catnips until level 12, and then if people continue, we can give them even some more catnips. They like play with a mod till level 20. Alright. Then I also wanted to create something for the Cleric of Sharess, because I created this cool cat staff. Let me save this. Or I didn't create, like I found that there is like a visual that looks like a cat staff in the base game, like Larian staff, I think it is. It's this one. It's hard to see. Let me show you in here actually. Spawn item, ASE, staff cat. So if we equip the staff now, you should be able to see the cool. Do you see how this is actually a cat statuette on top of the staff? I think this is like so cool. So yeah, that's why I kind of like wanna have the staff as like a weapon that progresses with the Cleric of Sharess, to have like a fitting weapon if the players would want to use it along the way, because I think it's just so cool. But I also want to give it a little bit of like a rogue feeling for the Sharess subclass, because like cats are very roguish, right? So something I thought of doing was like making maybe a passive for the Cleric of Sharess that you unlock at maybe, I don't know, level 3 or so, that lets you use staffs kind of as, what is it? Finesse weapons, I think it's called. So that like the staff basically counts similar to a dagger or stuff like that, and that you can do sneak attacks with it. I think what I could do would either be change maybe the sneak attacks and give the Cleric of Sharess an ability to sneak attack at some point, but instead of having it just apply for finesse weapons, it can maybe also apply with staffs, so that you could do a sneak attack with a staff. I think that could be a really cool spin to it, actually. It would kind of be fun to also add a little bit more like Sharess related gear to it, but it could also make sense to do that in another mod to not like make it too big. But I think like that like sneak attack thing, I think the best way is to do it with like a sneak attack that I change. So I'm gonna go here to the stats browser, to the find, and then we're gonna just check for sneak attack and check out how it works. Main hand attack shared, we could keep that once per turn. Spell properties, deal damage, main range weapon damage type. So this is for the ranged sneak attack. Is it not? I think it is. Maybe sneak attack melee. Sneak attack unlock. This is a passive. Okay. I wonder if those are passives that the rogue gets when they level up, and if it's important to have, or if this is from some other mobs in the game. This should probably be the melee weapon. Main and attack shared. Once per turn. Yeah, main melee weapon. Main hand. Alright. Where is it? I lost the row. There it is. Okay. So that's a target spell, so we can start replicating that. I'm gonna go to my spell data, to my target spells, and create a new target spell here. So I'm gonna base that on sneak attack. But which one was it? Shared. Yeah. And then it's probably under conditions. Requirement conditions, wielding finesse weapon, specific hand. How do I do this now? How can I include a staff? I don't think there's any, like, I can't think of, I wish I would knew the game a little better right now, because I can't think of any condition or anything that exists that like has the requirement that you wield a staff. Or is there something maybe for the monk? I never really played monk, so maybe there is something for the monk. I never worked with the requirement for a staff before, so let's see if we can find something that requires staff. Right now I'm checking this row because this is basically where it would be described. Oh, for Shillagella, you can do it if it's a weapon from the proficiency group. Maybe something like that could help. If it's weapon of proficiency group, clubs, quarterstaff. This one says prerequisite must be wielding a glaive, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear. Self-contact source observer is able to react and has weapon property, weapons reach. Okay, there's a lot like that. It's just like most of that is just like either with the Shillagella thingy, if this one, if his weapon of proficiency group this. Or this. It's two very different ones. This one is basically a shout spell that applies a boon to your weapon. So it says, if it is a weapon of the proficiency group of being clubs or quarterstaff, get that active weapon and apply the equipment status to its main hand weapon of Shillagella. Shillagella is the status for 10 turns. And 100 basically means 100% of the time. So always apply Shillagella if the weapon is a staff or great club and the spell is used. The thing is, I don't need that condition, but I need a condition like this that says if you're wielding a certain weapon in a certain hand and you have a resource, then do this. So I would probably have to work with an or. I don't think it works with this, but let's try. Oh, maybe there's more wielding conditions. Or is it only for finesse weapons? Wielding weapon melee is something that is an option. Maybe I can use wielding weapon staff, you know? Here's one for a great sword, I think. Conditions. Ooh. Don't really see it in a condition there, though. This is just referring to dippable weapons. This is finesse only again. Oh, the dual wielding, maybe. I don't know, this is a little bit tricky. If anyone knows how this works, let me know. Not, I'll need some more time to figure it out. I think the best thing is something with this tagged. So instead of an and, we should maybe use an or. Or has weapon proficiency. No, and or tagged weapon. I don't know. Maybe it's this. It's more tricky than I thought it would be. All right, or all right, so if it works, I can now unlock this and this would be all. I don't think it works already. I think it's probably more complicated than that. But you know, sometimes things are easy and we can hope that this time around they are. All right, so I'm in this, I'm just gonna give the command to unlock the spell that I just created, ASE sneak attack. Must be wielding a finesse weapon. No, it's still not working. I wonder if it's possible like that, if I'm being honest. Can you sneak attack? Do you guys know in Baldur's Gate 3 there's the dual wielder feat, right? If you get that, you can like dual wield staffs, for example. Do you know if rogues can use that and then sneak attack with the staff? Is that a thing? Or can I make my staff count as a finesse weapon? That could be another option. Instead of changing the spell, I just changed this one staff. So only with the Staff of Sharess you could then do that, you know? So that would be under my stats, my weapon stats. So could I do it here? Let's see if we would just take a dagger as comparison. Let's see where it defines that it's a finesse weapon. Weapon property magical, no. Equipment. Simple melee weapon, alright. Finesse, there. Okay, so I can just do it here. Dippable, blah blah blah, finesse. Save. Might have to reload because I changed the weapon and I already spawned the weapon in game. Or not in game, but in the game mode. Oh yeah, it works now. Look at this. It doesn't give the weapon now counts as a finesse staff. The finesse staff. All right, yeah, that was the easy solution to the complicated problem. Perfect. So now we can sneak attack with this staff, but just this staff. It's a special staff now. Awesome, I love it. All right, I can close these others then. Can delete this, don't need that anymore. So what I gotta do then instead is add sneak attack charges at some level, and I feel like at level 3 that would be a little bit too powerful. I feel like that's more something for level 5. Because like we're not a rogue, right? So I don't want it to feel like too much like a rogue, but then would be really cool to feel a little bit roguish, so we got here sneak attack unlock. All right, level 5. What else do they need? Do they get something else? Sneak attack charge. All right. And then that should be it. So at level 5, we're gonna become a bit more roguish with our sneak attack for our staff. Then, why should I do that at level 3 already? It would kind of be nice to have that at level 3. Let's do it level 3. Oh no. Nearly deleted the whole thingy here. All right, it's gonna be, oh no, that's the wrong one. Oh, it's the right one. Okay, we're gonna unlock sneak attacks at level 3. That's a big level 3 improvement. Get sneak attack. Then I think until level 7 I should make it, just to like get more things done at least. So that I can continue playing with the mod, because I started a campaign with my main character using this mod as their class. And then I think I'm now like level 4 or 5 and I didn't use anything yet. So yeah, it's a little bit of a pity. Okay, gotta save this just in case my program crashes. Maybe it would also be cool to give like a cat related buff with the catnips, like a shout spell for maybe a group buff for like cat's grace or something like that, you know? I think for level 3 it's actually it's pretty decent to get the sneak attack. Then level 5 I can maybe add the elemental cats, so I can minimize this for now. I started with the ice elemental cat, so let me show you the cats in here, the elemental cats that I created. There's the fire lava cat there, which I think is really cool. And then here's the ice elemental cat. And then maybe a air elemental cat would be cool. Because I'm not so interested in a mud elemental. And I think I might just even use like for an air elemental, I would want to have it be able to fly, right? So I'm just going to try to use a tresem as a base for that. And call it Ang, like the last airbender. Cat elemental or cat air. I think that should be enough. And then the way I made them look like elementals is I went to change the character visuals. And then if you go here in the override parameters, you can change basically the type of materials used for the different parts of the cat. So what I can do here, and it doesn't look good with all of the things, but I can open the sub objects and then I can decide what type of visual material I want to use for that. So here, for example, I would try to use something from maybe the air Myrmidon. Let's see how that looks. That looks terrible. Very, very terrible. We need something else. Air. Shadow body. How does this look? Like shadowy air. I mean, I guess it's better than the other at least. I don't want it to be shadowy. I really want it to be more like air. Oh, here, air arms, air body. Let's try air body. It's an angel cat. Oh my. Let's save it. I have to see it in game. It's too shiny. Oh wait, it actually looks good. Look at that. Not good, but like, it looks like something I can work with. But it still looks a little bit like patched, you know, which I don't like, but maybe I should do that towards the end, because like here I can't see anything. All right, I'm gonna go with the shadow version for now so that I can see better what I'm doing. So let's change the feathers, body feathers. What's the other thing there? Or maybe I'll make a shadow cat. Yeah, it looks shit. Fur. Okay, I gotta go with the air, even if it doesn't show much. I think it was, for some reason, not under the air Myrmidon, but the water Myrmidon. Oh, maybe the imps. No. Is there an imp with like air, or is there just mud imps? Oh, it could be cool if I find like a storm or something, you know, if I find like a wind. All right. Trying to make an air elemental cat here, in case you just came in. So I'm trying to change some parts of the cat to be more elemental-like. But in the preview, for some reason, it just looks like we're creating an angel. So gotta live with a lot of light here right now. Yeah. See how it looks like. I mean, it kind of looks like a air cat. Not gonna lie, maybe I can make the fur like more light gray or something, you know? Or make like the body like air elemental type of stuff as well. Let's try that at first. Make the body more air, not hair. Actually, I'm first gonna try to just do it with the color change. Could be nice. I can't even see what colors I'm changing. I do like it. It looks more like an air elemental cat right now. I want to see it in action though. We gotta make a summon spell for it. Alright, I think three elemental cats that you can choose from is like pretty neat, I think. One of them being able to fly as an air elemental, and then one lava cat and one ice cat is also pretty powerful to have like these elements at your disposal. And maybe I can even make like a boost that like if you summon one of them, you get a boost that you also unlock an elemental skill that you get while you have this pet out. Maybe while you get like the air cat, you are immune to some things. Maybe I could make it an air/shadow, like the dark air, and get like immunity to necrotic damage or something. I don't know, but like you could get maybe immunity, and you could maybe get like a temporary cantrip that you unlock while you have this pet out, so you can like stay in the distance, maybe shoot your cantrip, and then your pet can, you know, do that. Or maybe you get a passive that while you have your fire cat out, you get a bonus to fire damage or stuff like that. I think that could be a cool thing to do. Alright, which summon spells do I have? So that's target spells. We just have the house cats, so I need to make the elemental cats. So I need to basically make one spell like this, that is like the frame spell, and then I need to make 3 sub spells to choose which version you want to summon. And I wonder if I should maybe do it so that you could decide if you want to have multiple of the cats out at once, or just if I limit it to having one elemental cat out at once. Because like if you get more catnips, the higher level you get, I could maybe say like, okay, summoning one elemental cat costs 2 catnips. And then if you get higher level and you want to get like the ice and the fire cat out, if you are willing to spend 4 catnips for that, you could maybe have them out at the same time, you know? So that's like one of the ideas that I had for that. So I'm calling it ACC, so CC is the shortcut for my cat class mod, find familiar, and then 5 for level 5 spell, and then elemental for summoning elemental cats. And then I'm gonna use this for the sub spells as like A or like air. We can like call it what it actually is. Water and fire. And then this was going to be based on find familiar shared. That is like the frame spell. And then this we can base on actually my own spell, because that's the most similar spell. And then the other two we can base on the air elemental cat spell to like have a little bit less work. All right. Here we just need these spells. So instead of target find familiar crab and stuff like that, we're gonna have target ASE elemental air, and we're gonna have target ASE elemental water in there. And then we're gonna have the last one with the fire. This basically says now that this is the frame spell that you can then choose one of these 3 spells from. I don't want to give any cooldown on this, because the players have to use their limited resource for it either way. And here we're going to link these 3 spells that are going to be, so to say, the spells within this container. We link it back to the container. So here we have to use this name to link it here, target, and then the name of our container spell. Then I can just copy that for the other 2. Actually, I based these 2 on this one, so they should update it, and they did update automatically. So we have to give it a stack name, and I'm just gonna call it air for the air elemental, water for the water elemental. So you cannot summon 2 water elemental cats, but you could summon 1 water elemental and 1 air elemental if you would like to. Or 1 air, 1 water, and 1 fire elemental, but you can't summon 2 times the same elemental. And then here we gotta link the root templates of the creatures that we created. So I should rename this one actually. ACC cat summon elemental fire. So they're actually all called the same. So I'm going to copy their GUID, that's their unique identifier number, and I'm going to paste it basically here. So I'm telling that this root template should be summoned permanently at a certain position, and I'm going to do the same for the water and the fire elemental. Or the ice and the fire. But obviously not with the same GUID, but with their specific GUIDs for the different cats. All right. That should be the main thing. The description. We're gonna call it summon elemental of Sharess. Summon an elemental. A cat face spirit. And then summon cat elemental. Air. And then I'm gonna repeat that, but instead of calling it air, I'm gonna call it ice and fire. And save it. Gotta do a little break soon. Let's check out if the spells work though. So this should be the parent spell, and then I should be able to... Oh, I don't have catnips. That's right. Oh. Can I just add a resource? Let's just level up as a cleric for a second so I get some catnips to summon these guys. Also need to change the amount of catnip it takes. Actually, I don't want to do that. I want to do that later on. So yeah, let's start by changing how much catnip we need. Say we need 0 catnip right now. Aha, we do have to add the catnip up there too. Didn't see that. Oh no, never mind. Here. I'm just gonna do it catnip 0 right now, and then I'm gonna change it to 2 when I have it adjusted. I don't know if that works. I don't know if I can say, oh, we need 0 of this resource, or if I would just have to delete it, but... There we go. Oh, it's so cute! Look at it! Our air elemental cat. Woohoo! Can't do much yet. I still have to give it some skills. Let's check if the others work properly. Ice elemental. Oh, look how the other cats come around. Come here, catsons.
A hero at heart.
Alright, it works perfectly. Gotta make them stronger though. And give them portraits later on. Right, we're not gonna harm these cats. Alright, perfect. Then I know... Oops, not what I wanted to do. Then I know it works now. And I'm gonna take my little break, and then we can work on adding the skills to the cleric class, as well as giving the cats different skills that they can use so that they become unique elemental summons that are actually fun to use in combat and such. So yeah, that's what I'm going to continue with after the break, and see you soon. I hope you have a good break too. Bye bye. Hey everyone, I'm back from my break. Yeah, so I just had a quick break and now I want to continue working on the cat class submod for the cleric. And I was just creating some elemental cats and made the spells to summon them, and now I wanted to give the cats some spells and abilities so they become cool summons as well that are fun to use. Oh, and I see Michael and Jan are there. Hi Michael, hi Jan, how are you guys doing today? Good to have you in chat. Let's go to the modding screen. Michael is smiling. I guess that means you're good. All right, so the way I like to give spells to my summons, there are two different ways. I'm just going to choose one of the ways right now, which is... actually, never mind. I have to create custom animations for the cats, because otherwise they're not going to be animated properly. So I first have to create all the spells that I want to give them. Let's get some inspiration. So maybe for the fire elemental cat, it can have some basic like fire cantrips. Maybe it can have like a fire breath spell. Maybe it can have like the heat aura from like the dwarf. I think that would be cool. The overheating, I think it's called. The dwarf is called ASE. It should have some basic cat skills as well, obviously. Do have to create them in here as well. So let's do that right now. So what I gotta do here is basically I'm gonna copy their names. And then I'm gonna paste it here to create their stats. And then I can assign passives and such to them via that. And I'm probably going to base it on the other familiars that I already made. So I'm going to base it, oops, didn't mean to copy that there. I'm going to base it on this. But we're going to make it stronger. Jan says, so crazy cat lady from The Simpsons and Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know the crazy cat lady from The Simpsons, but yeah, basically. So Sharess in like the D&D world is like the goddess of like cats and parties and fun and pleasure. So I wanted to create like a cleric subclass because I feel like there's no cleric subclass that goes into that direction. So I wanted to make a cleric subclass for like a Cleric of Sharess that like goes into that direction and, you know, add some fun like party related skills, like maybe fireworks and such, but also have some, you know, a lot of cat related stuff. And on one hand, based on like the abilities of the class itself. So I then, as the Cleric of Sharess, have like also some cat inspired skills like less fall damage and stuff like that, or more dexterity. But then also for the skills like that my summons and such have. I also wanted to create kind of like some polymorphs into different versions of cats too. So yeah, it's gonna be a crazy cat lady or a crazy cat guy mod. That's basically it. With some crazy cat lady with some party tricks. Jan says, Eleanor Abernathy, better known as the Crazy Cat Lady, is a mentally ill hoarder woman who always surrounds herself with a large number of cats. I guess it fits with my like ton of add-ons that I use. Like I have a whole lot of hoarded stuff as well in my gameplays, at least. Not in real life, but in my gameplays. In real life, I wouldn't want to have a bunch. Like 2 cats are enough in real life. So let's make them a little bit stronger and all, right? They're stronger elemental cats, after all. I feel like the ice elemental would have a ton of armor class. The fire elemental probably has good armor class too, and the air elemental probably has less armor class, but we can maybe give it a little bit more dexterity. I feel also the ice elemental would be a little bit stronger than the rest. Not gonna make much difference gameplay wise, you know, I just enjoy it. Oh yeah, and then the air elemental should be super light. The lava, I don't know how heavy lava is, probably heavy, so we're just gonna keep that the same. Spellcasting ability is definitely gonna be wisdom, because these cats are gonna be spellcasting cats. And then some resistances, the air elemental. I would say the air elemental would probably be immune to like piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning. Is that how you pronounce it? Damage. Fire elemental is obviously immune to fire damage, and I would say it's also resistant to cold if you have a lot of fire. And then the ice elemental is immune to cold damage and resistant to fire damage because they have so much. Or should we make it vulnerable? Like fire, it would make more sense if it's vulnerable than it resistant. Not necessarily like logically, but like fun-wise, you know? All right. Then, where are the boosts? So I should be able to give them. Wait, I could flag them as elementals maybe too. Oh yeah, let's say that the air elemental is floating. And floating while moving, that would be dope. I don't know, should I do that? Is it gonna float like this? I wonder. I'm not sure. It would be cool if it would be, to be honest. I don't think this changes any animation, but like it would be dope if it would. Because that would mean I could make humans and everything float too. But I don't think there is like, because that would require animation probably, right? Let's assign the stats back to the cats. Air. Fire. And then ice. All right, it's not floating, but at least it's tagged like floating. So I guess you can't like maybe like push it down like a cliff or something, you know. It's like it's not gonna die if you push it down somewhere because it can just like float or fly up. So I think that's what it does. So I'm just gonna leave it like that is for the moment being. Okay, default boosts. Okay, here in the boost, I can basically give them skills as well, because I can do unlock spell and then tell them which spells they should get. So that's how we're gonna work that out. And then let's create some cat-related skills. cat spell Fireball. Let's start with that. Why can I not see it? Isn't it a target spell? I thought it was a target spell. Exhale fire. Okay, let's just start with that. It sounds so much more fun. Exhale fire. Much more fun than fireball. Oh, deal damage 4d6. That's a little bit much. Let's set that down to 2d6. I don't want it to be completely OP. Actually, let's keep it at 4d6, but we're gonna give it a bigger cooldown, like once every short rest or something. They can just deal a bunch of damage. And let's just say cooldown once per, maybe even once per rest. It does seem like a pretty powerful spell. All right. Exhale fire. So as an animation for that, I'm gonna copy it from the cat meow. So it's the distract. It's called distract cat, but that's a shout spell. So I'm gonna go to the shout spells, copy it there. So what I need from here is basically how the cat is going to be animated, because there's no breathing fire animation for the cats. So we're going to do a workaround basically with having the cats look like they meow instead. So I'm going to copy this and then use it here for the spell animation for the exhale fire. So they're going to do like they do like a little like head up like meow type of thing, and then they're going to breathe fire through that. That's what I hope at least is how it's gonna work. Let's see. Should now be able to control my cat. I think I can add a debug spell to my cat. So we can directly see how it looks on the cat. Oh, that looks awesome. Did you see how cool that looked? I'm gonna do that once a short rest. That just looked way too cool to have it like less often. Okay. This is dope. We need a description for it. Or is there already a description? And we need like a fire icon, because right now it doesn't show an icon. Oh, it's just, I choose the same thing. Or breath, maybe? Wait, that should be a zone spell, so maybe we can get that from a zone spell. Get the icon from another spell. Fire, yeah, breath weapon fire cone. That sounds perfect. And then we can use that icon for our spell here, for the Exile Fire spell. Exile Fire, engulf a target in flames, blah blah blah, perfect. Oops, closed a bit too much. Yeah, says, can horizontal scroll with press shift scroll up down? I don't know, didn't try, let's see. One second, gotta leave the game mode. Nope, it just goes up and down if I press shift with it. It looks so cool. I love it. Alright, first skill for our Firecat is completed. Let's continue giving some more skills. I want a cantrip that they can use all the time. By the way, hi AS, how are you doing? Oh no, Fireball is probably projectile spell. Firebolt, actually, not Fireball. Because Fireball would be a little bit too powerful. And then we gotta change it here. I think with a fireball it could be fun if the cat does an attack as an animation and then the fireball shoots, you know? So let's see. That should be the cat spell, should be the target spell. Claws cat. Let's try to use this one for it. All right, little cat. Let's give you some more skills. That looks awesome. Look at that. It's like a cool animation. It goes really well. Really looks like it's shooting off the fireball with its like claw. It's so cute. Alright, this is perfect. Pew! What else? Oh yeah, I wanted the the Azer type of thing. Overheat, it's called. Alright, it's a shout spell. So let's go to our shout spells. gonna take that from the cat distract meow thingy here, the animation again. I'm trying to name the skills well, because I have such like long time breaks at the moment between like modding that I don't really feel like if I don't name them properly that I'm gonna like lose the overview. So I try to like do it on a more proper side right now. Sometimes I'm a bit more slacking with it, to be honest. Cooldown, no cooldown, I think is fine. That should be it. Overheat. Oh no, I need a melee weapon. Alright, I'm gonna change that in my spell descript or in my spell conditions. Where are the conditions? Requirements. I don't see any requirements here. But it says it needs a requirement of a weapon. So I wonder if this... Let's do this weapon action. Turn it off. Maybe this helps. Mm-hmm. Gonna reload. Maybe it changes something. Still says no melee weapon equipped. Does maybe the status effect of the burning need a weapon? Or is it tagged as a weapon attacked? Deal damage. Hmm. I don't see anything here. Required weapon. Nothing. Can I not remove it? Oh no, don't tell me I can't. None. Alright. Like this, maybe. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, this works so nicely.
The pride of the gate.
Will was about to nearly die because of my overheat action. Oi, oi, oi. Oh no, he died. Let's do another short rest. Come on up. Sorry, Will. The only thing I dislike is that it like comes instead of the normal attack. I still wanted to have the normal paw attack, you know?
The pride of the gate.
This one. Claws. Well, it does look really good though. With the lava cat. I really like it. Alright. I always have like the saying for myself, it's okay if it's good, it doesn't need to be perfect. So I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and I can still like change these things up later on if I want to. But the important thing is just to like get it a little bit more going. So I now have to actually add all these spells that I just created to my cat. So here's my character, here's my fire elemental, and then under default boots, I'm gonna do add. Wait, isn't it here? Unlock spell. Should work like this. Shout. There's also another way that you can do it. You can just do it in the root templates and assign it there. Oh, I didn't need this. Projectile instead, not zone. Firebolt spell. So this lava cat now gets the overheat, the firebolt, and now the last thing was the exhale fire spell, which was a target spell. So I gotta mark it as that here. And now if I resummon it, it should work perfectly.
Sharp as ever.
Yeah, has all the spells automatically now unlocked. Great, first cat is so to say done in the beta version. And now I need to work on the other cats. So I think the next one I want to do is the ice cat. I kind of wanted to also create water. I don't want it to just create ice. I feel like it should also be able to make water and then freeze it if needed. Let's think. Cone of Cold. Ooh, Cone of Cold is a really nice spell. 88 is so powerful. I would have to like tone it down, but let's do it. I want to do a Cone of Cold. Or ice. Isn't there like an ice storm? Frost, maybe? Ray of Frost. What's this? Encrusted with Frost. That sounds fun. Never seen this. Let's see what it does. Like, does it fill someone up in ice?
Where am I needed?
I'm curious now. No, it wasn't a Mag Frog passive. Just Frost. Mag Frost passive. I think it's a weapon passive, to be honest. Like for a weapon or something to encrust it with Frost. Don't see it do anything though. Like no visual effects or stuff at least. So that's probably not going to be useful for me. All right, let's start with the ice thing that we had, or the snow. Cone of Cold. Cat spell, so I know it's for the cat, because I have the animation just for the cat. Then Cone of Cold. This I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do 3d8. Should be a little bit more reasonable, and cooldown maybe once per short rest. Three D8. Gotta change it everywhere so it also fits the description. And then we're gonna change the casting, the spell animation to like the one from the shouting. Or actually, yeah, I think the shouting because it's a breath. Let's check it out first before I continue working on the other spells. Cat spell, Cone of Cold. Oh, didn't change that it doesn't require spell. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That doesn't require spell slots. Change that for a quick second, because we just make it rely on the cooldown. So once per short rest, the cats don't need spell slots for that. They can just do it once per short rest and that's it. Oh my god, yes! It looks so sweet. I love it. Look how his blue eyes are glowing. This is so sweet. Yeah, this is perfect. Alright, I love it. Yeah, so cool. I'm so looking forward to playing with my mod now. Can't wait till I have it finished, or finished for like level 5 so I can continue playing. Alright. What's this? When the wearer deals cold damage, they also create a circular rise around the targets. Ooh, I like that. It's passive. Let's give that passive to the cat. Or let's give a status to the cat that gives this passive to the player. Or let's just give it to the cat. It just sounds so cool. Where is it? Character. Snowburst. Then our first spell. I think it was the zone spell. Yeah. Can directly unlock that as well. Okay, the next thing, maybe something with ice. Oh yeah, ice method. What type of skills do they have? Maybe I can borrow something from them. Ice breath, we have that basically. Death burst. I don't want my cats to die in ice bursts. We're not gonna do that. Gonna give it an ice cantrip instead. Or water. Let's give it the water skills that I wanted. Water splash. What's water splash? I don't know water splash. I think water splash is just perfect. Okay, right now I didn't adjust it for the cat, so you see the animation lags, and then we're gonna wait 5 seconds. I didn't see any water explode though. I mean, they're splashed in water, but that's it. Kind of cute though, that we can just splash them with water. I'm just gonna add that because it's a fun skill. Water splash, nice. create water. That's what I originally wanted. Create, destroy water, it's called. So it's a container of creating and destroy water. It's all target spells. So can go here to my target spells. Jan says, can you do combo attacks by using 2 or more cats at once? I have to kind of like control the cats and they get their own turns. So not really, if I understand what you mean. It's kind of like more like they'll each have their turn. They each have their turn and then like they can attack when it's their turn and I can control them and use their attacks how I see fit. I'm just gonna be lazy. I'm just gonna call it cat create water. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna name it properly. ASE, CC, cat spell, create water, and ASE, CC, cat spell, destroy water. Let's do it properly. Oh, fire and wind makes firestorm. It's probably nothing I would do today, but it's a really cool idea. Like that they kind of have synergies that they use together, right? Like I could maybe do I could maybe do something. I would have to think about it a little bit more, but I could maybe create some boosts that like if the condition is filled that like the fire cat casted that, then the other cat can cast another spell and vice versa or something like that, you know? And then that combines into one big attack. Like that could maybe be something like that would be so cool if I could do that actually. That's such a fun idea, Jan. I really like that. Okay, here I gotta add this spell. And then I just have to change the animations and then I should be good. I don't really want to give a cooldown on that. I feel like it's such a basic spell. Ice Elemental Cat could do that all the time, right? So, we're just gonna instead only change the animations. And I am going to use the projectile animation that I used before. I think that would look good. So it shoots out the water. Gonna be free to use for the cat. Okay, so now I just have to give my cat this spell, the mother spell, so to say, and it's gonna get the kids automatically unlocked. The answer is correct. If you got default elements, you can have a lot more abilities to choose from by combining them. Yeah, that's such a... I love that idea so much. That's maybe something I can even do, like at level 7, maybe you unlock a passive, you know, then at a little bit higher level you unlock a passive. And by that, the cats actually get like additional combi skills or stuff like that, you know? I think that would be really dope. And then it can be a really strong firestorm or stuff like that. Or it would also be fun to figure out how to make that look cool. Like maybe make a custom animation for it, like a real custom animation. Let's resummon the water elemental cat and see what it got at the moment. It doesn't have anything. What went wrong here? Let's reload. Did I add it to the air cat maybe? Did I add it to the wrong cat?
Where am I needed?
Still doesn't have it. What, did I not save it maybe? Default boost, ice cat. It should have it. Did I make a typo? Unlock spell. I did make a typo. By the way, I found out something nice to filter out if you did typos and you have like a bug where you have like a lot of like stuff in your mod and you just need to find a typo. It can be sometimes useful if you can't find the typo to like give it into like a program to just like filter it over, you know, to not like look for it yourself. With other like bugs, it doesn't really work, I think, but like with typos, it does work relatively well. Oh, nice. Now we have it. Create or destroy water. Create water. Yes! Destroy water. Oh my god, yes, this is fantastic. And then we can make that water to ice. I still want the ice cantrip as well. So what was that called? An ice knife? Oh, but that's a... Maybe we can give that, but also with a cooldown. I do want ice bolt, maybe. There should be an ice bolt. Isn't there an ice bolt? Ice. Come on, ice what? What is it called again? Ice knife, ice storm, ice cube. Ice cube? I like the ice cube thing. Let's have it let's give it the ice cube skill. What type of skill is that? Shape the flowing river ice block. I'm definitely gonna give it to the cat. It's a target skill. So you literally create a block of ice. Um, I want unlimited boxes, to be honest. I did a little typo here. Block. Mm-hmm. All right, it's more like a useful cat, you know, I guess. I still kind of want like a... I think that's fine. I shouldn't make the summons too powerful either. They're not even players, they're just summons, you know? Shaping of the Ice. So yeah, this is pretty awesome, because then you can like create these ice blocks to like you know, make yourself a little like you don't have to carry boxes around. You can even craft your own igloo if you want. I'm gonna have so much fun with this mod. It's so random. Alright, I'll keep it for the ice cat for now, and then the air cat. We can get some air skills. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely the Misty Step. That is a target spell as well. So many target spells. Let's do a Frosty Step. Oh no, it's the air elemental now. And we're gonna give it Fly as well. Gonna be a meow looking spell, I think. Unlock spell target. Oops. Had the wrong thing copied. Misty Step for the cat. Raging Vortex. That sounds dope. Ooh, or the genie abilities. The whirlwind from the genie. That is another target spell. I think it's gonna command the whirlwind, so I'm gonna use the basic attack option. And then I think whirlwind should be something with maybe a short rest cooldown. Or actually, should always work. Zero says, hey Ace, hey Zero, how you doing? Good to have you here. How is your day? Let's give it directly to the cat so I don't forget. I'm currently creating some elemental cats and giving them spells. It's going good, thanks. How is modding going? I'm actually having a lot of fun modding right now. I'm getting closer to being done for level 5, which is where I wanted to stop for now, so I can continue my Baldur's Gate 3 gaming campaign with my cat class because I'm using this class for my other campaign, right? So yeah, it's going good. Adding some air type of skills at the moment. I wanted to add fly. I think even fly should work normally. What are your plans for today, Zero? Let's see if the cats can, like if the animations for the cats flying looks natural. All right, looks good. Yeah. So, in that case, I am just going to add that. I think it's just called fly, target fly, projectile fly. Unlock spell, projectile fly. What else for an air elemental? Maybe the genie has some other cool abilities. Inhale. Oh yeah, Thunderwave. Thunderwave is a great skill. I really like Thunderwave. Gonna give Thunderwave to Storm's Fury. Let's check out a few different ones with the elemental cat. Ooh, Chromatic Orb Thunder could be fun as well. Chromatic Orb Thunder, what's that? Book of Ancient Secret. Thunder Trap. Elemental Cleaver Thunder. Okay, did it not add anything? Thunderous Punch, maybe. And we change that up. But make it less strong. Oh no, critical miss. I want to see the animation. Stop evading my attacks. Yeah, I could do that and make it less strong and give it to it as a basic attack. And then also give Thunder Wave. Zone spell, alright. Do I write Thunder wrong? It says it's a zone stat. Oh no, I meant character still. I thought I was in zone. Oopsie. Where are we here? There we go, Thunder Wave. Wait, we can maybe change the shape of the Thunder Wave. That's interesting. Never thought of doing that. Or what if I give it like a Thunder Wave that can always be used, but it doesn't deal as much damage? So it's like a small AoE that you can use all the time, and it's more like for crowd control, you know? I feel like that would be a fun thing. Kind of like the basic attack is a Thunder Wave. Alright, so let's say deal damage. It's just gonna deal very little. It's just gonna do 1d4. So it's not gonna do much. It's more like a nice breeze that like hits you off your toes, you know? But it still pushes them away, which I like. I feel it could maybe also do some lightning damage. I think it would fit as well. Witch Bolt, yeah, that's what I want. Witch Bolt is a projectile. And it should just be a cantrip, so let's make double sure that it doesn't need any spell costs. I kind of want to make this elemental immune to lightning as well. Okay, that should be the last spell. I kind of like that they're also like all stand out a little bit differently. Let's dismiss this. See how it's doing now. Alright, let's start with the air elemental that I just worked on. I would also like to give them a little bit more health. Right. Unarmed strike. A dash, elemental wrap, where it can teleport. Can also fly. So you can choose whichever you prefer. Can make a tornado. Which is pretty dope. Can shoot some air, and it can shoot a witch bolt. Okay, I love it.
Defender of the people.
Alright, let's see the next cat. The ice cat. The ice cat can make ice cubes. So I can like walk up things easier. Can blow a cone of cold and hurt everyone in the way, and it can create or destroy water. So create it, destroy it. And basic attack with its claws. Ah yeah, but the air elemental is immune to slashing damage. Haha. Let's get the fire elemental out. With the fire elemental, I think I should be able to even destroy this ice cube with my breath. I can't target the ice cube. And I can overheat, hurting everyone around me. Alright, I really like how the cats came together. I think I'm gonna leave it here. I've been modding for like 2.5 hours now nearly. Let me come back to my big camera. Or actually, should I just continue a little bit so I can use the class? Because I kind of wanted to be able to use the class later on. I think I'm gonna push a little bit further and get me to the point where I can actually use the class. No, never mind. I'm too tired right now. I'm not gonna do it. If I'm gonna game later on, I'm just gonna game some hardcore, but I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be gaming. Because I feel like right now I can't concentrate so well anymore. Alright guys, that's it then for now for the modding. I hope you had a good time, and I don't know if it was helpful for anyone or motivating maybe to get into modding yourselves, but I hope you had a great time, and thank you for being here, and see you maybe later for the gaming stream if I end up gaming. I'm just gonna take a short break and maybe eat something now, and then I'll see later on. If I'm gonna continue gaming, I'm gonna announce it on Instagram too, so you want to check that out, feel free to do so. Have a great time. Thank you for being here. Bye bye. Jan says, hoping for a gaming stream. Any plans for the coming days regarding streams? Yeah, I do want to play WoW Hardcore, and I do want to play Baldur's Gate 3, the campaign. That's the two games I want to focus on at the moment, and that I want to play in the next days. Tonight I just have to see, because I maybe wanted to do some stuff with some friends, but like we wanted to see spontaneously, so I gotta check that out if it works tonight, but I'm definitely gonna play some more the next days. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna continue Resident Evil 2. I think I'm just gonna stick to Hardcore and Baldur's Gate 3 at the moment. Yeah. Thanks for asking, Jan. See you later. Bye bye.